Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro news and information. The Greensboro City Council adopted a $688 million budget for fiscal year 2022-23, which begins on July 1st. The budget includes a city property tax rate of 63.25 cents per $100 property valuation. The approved budget accounts for pay increases for all employees, and it will equip the city to be more effectively able to respond to growth by adding new positions throughout the organization. The fire department will add 15 firefighters to service annexed areas. New positions will also be added to the Minority and Women Business Enterprise Office, the City Manager's Office, Transportation, Water Resources, Parks and Recreation, and Development Review. Water and sewer fees will increase 4.5%. The monthly solid waste fee is changing from $2.50 to $3.50, and the monthly household hazardous waste fee is going from 60 cents to 97 cents to offset the increase in contracted service fees. Despite these rate increases, Greensboro still remains one of the lowest among its peer cities in North Carolina. The adopted budget will be published on the city's website in July. Traffic delays will be experienced if you're on State Street between North Elm and Georgia Streets. Motorists will notice occasional lane closures and delays each day from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. as crews conduct water line rehabilitation. The work will be finished by Monday, July 25th. Directional signs and traffic cones are in place, and motorists are encouraged to use alternate routes to avoid the area. The work schedule could change based on weather conditions and equipment availability. The construction is part of the city's ongoing water rehabilitation program, which is funded by water and sewer rates. To report a problem or for more information, call the contractor's 24-hour emergency number at 336-402-5253. To learn more about lane and road closures and to receive email notifications about upcoming street projects, visit the city's website. Greensboro Mayor Nancy Vaughn signed the Mayor's Monarch Pledge, committing to help save the declining monarch butterfly and other pollinators. According to the National Wildlife Federation, monarch butterflies help pollinate plants and lay their eggs on milkweed plants. Their numbers have declined by an estimated 90% since the 1990s as a result of their habitat being destroyed by cropland conversion, urban development, and agricultural practices. Greensboro is now part of a North American network of cities working to create habitats in public spaces throughout the entire community. Parks and Recreation supports monarch butterflies through public education and maintaining pollinator gardens at the Downtown Greenway, Greensboro Arboretum, Keeley Park Community Garden, and Price Park. The Arboretum's butterfly garden, developed with the help of Greensboro Beautiful, is a certified Monarch way station and includes interpretive signage. The Greensboro Science Center also maintains butterfly gardens and is developing the Cole Family Butterfly House and Monarch Conservation Project. The city developed a partnership with Cone Health to share a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Following these tips is an easy way to help each of us improve our quality of life. Let's take a moment to check out today's news for your health.
How well do you really understand food labels? It's an important step in making healthy choices. Let's talk about what you should look for. The first thing you should look at in a nutrition food label is the serving size, because that's going to differ from the portion size. The nutrition serving size is based off of one serving of that food and beverage. You may eat more than one serving, and you'll have to account for that on the facts label as far as total calories, fat, all of those things. So the percent daily value, or capital D, capital V, on the foods label is going to be a guide for you as far as how much of one nutrient you should get per day. And that's based off a percentage out of 2,000 calories a day, which you may need more or less of, depending on your stature, activity level, things like that. As an example, if a food label has 5% daily value, that's going to be 5% of your needs of that nutrient per day. So when you're looking at the total fat in a product, you'd also want to go underneath that and look at the breakdown of the fat. So trans fat, saturated fat, and unsaturated fat. For saturated fat, or fats that are solid at room temperature, you'd really want to look to limit those, or again, have no more than 5% of your daily value for those foods. For trans fats, I'd really recommend avoiding foods that have trans fats. They're man-made, they're not natural, and really not something that you'd want to consume on a regular basis, whereas unsaturated fats are your healthy fats, and those are things that are helpful for your joints, for your brain health, and those are liquid at room temperature. So when you're looking for sugars on the nutrition fact label, you really want to focus in on those added sugars, because those added sugars are what you'd really want to limit or avoid. That doesn't provide any nutritional value in your diet, but does add up as far as your daily caloric allotment pretty quickly. You should definitely be looking at vitamins, minerals, and fiber that's listed on the facts label. Getting a variety of those types of nutrients is all really important for daily functioning, and also preventing illnesses, for anemia, osteoporosis, all those things you hear about that you get later in life. For daily fiber requirements, for adult males, it should be somewhere around 37 grams per day, and adult females somewhere around 25 grams per day. And you can find those in any fruits, vegetables, or whole grains. And eating a variety of those foods, eating foods with color, making your plate colorful is all a really great way to make sure you're getting that variety. Thanks for joining me today. I hope this information has been helpful. If you're interested in more information, go to conehealth.com/healthyeating. I'm Lisa Balestrino.
Years of planning on paper has finally come to fruition as the Battleground Parks District offers a host of new amenities, and progress is being made across the city toward reaching our goals for growth. We'll have those stories and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The Greensboro Science Center is showing off the new features of the Battleground Parks District after more than a decade of planning. This first phase amounts to $5 million of the bond-funded improvements. The district is a joint public-private tourism effort to promote the local, federal, and nonprofit facilities located off of Battleground Avenue, which include historical monuments, competitive sports facilities, parks, and the Science Center. A few of the new amenities include the Canopy Walk, a 30-foot-tall boardwalk through a grove of towering trees, Flyway, which is a 700-foot zip line crossing Country Park, Sloan Lake, and back again, a new 100-person picnic shelter, which is already available for rent, a dog park, food truck area, and new restrooms to serve the Flyway and Rotary Club Carousel. All features besides the Flyway are open during Country Park's regular hours of 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. through August. For more information about the activities and attractions in the Battleground Parks District, visit the BGP website. The Greensboro Planning Department has released its latest quarterly GSO 2040 Comprehensive Plan Report. Read about the implementation progress being made across the city toward reaching growth goals. The report is available on the city's website along with other department updates. This report summarizes some of the work the city is involved in to bring the goals and vision of GSO 2040 to life, such as the soon-to-open Bailey Village, a new development near downtown featuring apartments, retail space, a restaurant, dog park, and other outdoor spaces for residents. May marked another successful bike month, complete with events encouraging the use of the two-wheel transport. The economic impact from Wicked appearing on stage last fall at the Stephen Tanger Center for the Performing Arts is estimated at more than $11 million. Stay up to date on GSO 2040 implementation by signing up to receive an email when a new report is posted online. Simply submit your contact information on the e-Notify page and select GSO 2040 in the news section. Greensboro Parks and Recreation is accepting applications for Youth Leadership Greensboro. This leadership development program is open to high school sophomores, juniors, and seniors. The program costs $80, but financial assistance is available. Applications are available online, and the deadline to apply is Friday, August 19th. The curriculum is designed by teens who have graduated from the program. Sessions will take place at the Barber Park Event Center the first Wednesday of each month from 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. from October through April. Guilford County Schools supports the Youth Leadership Program. All sessions are considered an excused absence. This program is designed for exceptional students who want to make a difference, become advocates, and solve problems. Topics include diversity, politics, media, health, the economy, and the environment. For more information, contact Youth Development Director Britt Huggins at 336-373-7617. Fireworks are governed by city ordinances, and it's best to know the rules before you send those bombs bursting in air. Coming up after the break, we'll tell you what you need to know to celebrate safely on the 4th of July. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. Residents in North Carolina went to the emergency room on average of 200 times each year due to firework-related injuries from 2017 to 2021. The peak activity was in 2020 with 229 emergency room visits. Joining me now to tell us how to avoid a trip to the hospital this 4th of July is Dee Shelton. She is the fire and life safety educator with the Greensboro Fire Department. Hello, Dee. Good to see you.
Hey, Carla. Great to be here.
Oh, it's already almost the 4th of July. This year is just going by so quickly. We were just talking about Memorial Day. Now we've got to get ready for fireworks. Depending on what state you live, fireworks are not always legal. Are they legal here in North Carolina?
Within a certain type, they are legal as long as they stay on the ground. Anything that shoots up or leaves the ground is not legal in the state of North Carolina.
Okay, I think I have some violators in my neighborhood.
I'm sure.
I see you brought some props. So are the same items legal within the Greensboro city limits?
So Greensboro City has adopted the North Carolina laws.
Okay.
So same thing applies. Anything that goes in the air or leaves the ground is not legal in Greensboro or North Carolina. As long as it stays on the ground, it is legal.
Okay, so do you want to give us some tips based on your props, or how do you propose people plan for the 4th of July to do it right and do it safely?
Yeah, so first of all, knowing whether it's legal or not. If they call it a report meaning it leaves the ground and it comes back down. If it has that, it is not legal.
Okay.
Location is very important. Outside only, never do this inside. You want to be away from buildings, tree lines, vehicles, overhead obstructions, anything that will burn.
Okay.
And you want to be at least 35 feet away from your audience. So when you're setting these up, you want to give that space so that if something goes wrong, they've got time to get out of the way.
Right.
Children should never hold fireworks or be a part of the lighting process, especially with sparklers. Sparklers have a temperature up to 1,200 degrees, and that's one of our #1 injuries in children, is the sparklers. We feel like it's safe, and it's truly not.
And children love those. They're always holding those.
Yeah, at weddings and many things. Alcohol and fireworks don't mix, so we never want to do the two. Weather should always be a consideration because wind, of course, can pose a hazard. You want to make sure that you're getting those fireworks from a reliable source who is licensed. Make sure it's not just something somebody threw together. That can be super dangerous. Okay. You want to use them on a flat surface because these, once they're lit and they begin to have that pressure of the fire, it can tip over, and now we have a trajectory that is different from what we intended, and if people are in the way, it can move faster than we can.
Oh, I bet.
So we have to be careful of that.
Yes.
We want to use a flashlight at night for lighting the fuse to make sure that we can see it and we're not accidentally hitting a different area. Okay. And after we light it, get away really quickly. If it doesn't deploy, do not immediately return to it.
Don't investigate.
Yeah, give it about 5
I know about
minutes
that.
before you check it. And you want to douse all the duds that didn't go off and the spent fireworks in a bucket of water. Leave it till the next morning before we throw it away. Never put those in the trash until they have been doused. We've already had I had an incident in the city this year already.
Okay.
So I want to make
what
sure.
will happen? They'll reignite?
Yeah, if it's still hot or it still has fire in it, or maybe it was a dud and it didn't go off and later it does, it's got that heat laying in there, we can have a fire in the trash can that causes a larger fire.
Okay. So now you've maybe given folks what they need if they're going to get the legal fireworks, but what are some options to still enjoy the 4th of July if you don't want any fireworks?
Well, here's some more props that I have brought. So, you know, the kids are always looking not necessarily for the fireworks, they just want the big boom and the lights and the pretty stuff and the fun stuff. So always leave the fireworks to the pros. If you can go to a professional show, do that and let them handle it. But if not, maybe you're having an adult party, you want to try using maybe some of the string lights over the patio, or there are some glow sticks such as this one that are the longer, skinnier, kind of the pencil size. Yeah, but the ones I'm talking about are a little bit smaller than this. But they can be stuck into little styrofoam balls that you cut in half and put them on there and make a table, like a little centerpiece on. Just different things. You can also use these glow sticks as jewelry for the kids. They like that. It's a lot of fun. You can also use colored bubbles. There's some recipes online where you use corn syrup and like dish detergent, and you mix that in with the food coloring and make your own colored bubbles. So those are a lot of fun.
Very cost effective.
Absolutely. And make your own or purchase some piñatas. Kids love piñatas, getting the candy. Silly string, you know, we used to spray that on each other. That's still fun with kids. And then adding confetti. I'm not going to open the confetti. We don't want to make a mess, but adding some really nice confetti to your balloons and then blowing them up. And then later at the end of the night when the kids want the pop or they want that surprise, you can shine a light on that, pop the balloons, and the confetti falls down. And it's a lot like the firework.
Very nice.
Yep.
Creative. I like it.
Sure. So Noisemakers, Patriotic Crafts, have a birthday party for the USA with cake. That's always a great option. Or an outdoor movie night. Throw a sheet up on the wall and project a movie and just really have fun at home with the family and leave out the fireworks.
Well, Dee, those are really great tips. Thank you for sharing what you can do if you want fireworks, what you can do if you don't. Certainly economical and very crafty ideas that you've shared with us, and we hope that you have a safe and happy 4th.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. We look forward to you coming back with your next life safety tips for us.
Thanks.
Thank you. Stay tuned for some interesting and useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact you and our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the 1st and 3rd Tuesday of the month. The 4th Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. The City Council has resumed meeting in the Katie Dorsett Council Chamber on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building located at 300 West Washington Street. The public is allowed in person, but only in a limited capacity. Those who choose not to be in the building can participate virtually. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. The Greensboro Parks and Recreation Department is once again hosting the Summer Playground Program. Energy at the park is free and will be offered at 4 neighborhood parks from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Mondays through Thursdays. The program runs through Friday, August 5th. Rising first graders through 15-year-olds are invited to take part in supervised sports, games, crafts, and a free lunch. Parents or guardians can register their child at any of the following participating playgrounds: Hampton Park on Four Seasons Boulevard, Heath Park on Holtz Chapel Road, Sussman Street Park on Sussman Street, and Woodmere Park on Autumn Drive. The program may be canceled due to severe rain or extreme heat. For more information, visit the Parks and Recreation website or call Mel Melton at 336-373-7502. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first, let's meet our neighbors who boomeranged back to Greensboro.
My name is Phoebe Murray, and I am a consultant in workforce retention and recruitment. I came back from the Triangle area because my family was ready to settle down and buy a home. Charles and I are fortunate that we're both primarily remote workers, so we have the flexibility to work from home at this point in our lives when we're trying to spend as much time as possible together with our family and watching our daughter grow up.
My name is JT Job, and I'm a software developer at Innovations for Learning. I left Greensboro in 2005, and it's changed so much since then. Greensboro is great for my career. Since I work remotely as a developer, there's a fantastic community of people working at a co-working space downtown. I love living in Fisher Park because it's so beautiful. The architecture, the trees, everything that you get with the historic district. And we have the beautiful actual park in the middle of the neighborhood that's just a great place to go walking with your dog.
My family and I love to just get out for walks in the neighborhood. We pop into Deep Roots and pick up groceries to cook for dinner. We love strolling around Fisher Park. It's just a beautiful neighborhood to live in.
I like to joke that this is the second pandemic our home's been through. It was built in 1913, so we know it's over 100 years old. My wife Keely and I are expecting our first, and we couldn't be happier to be bringing her up in this beautiful house in this great neighborhood.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. The Human Rights Department is hosting a celebration and Morningside Awards program in recognition of local human rights champions. This event will take place on Wednesday, June 29th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Colonnade at Revolution Mill. This celebration spotlights local human rights champions along with 5 Dudley High School seniors. They will receive the Morningside Homes Memorial Awards given in memory of Caesar Koss, James Waller, William Evan Sampson, Sandra Neely Smith, and Michael Nathan. All were killed in the Greensboro Massacre on November 3, 1979. The awards recipients will receive checks in the amount of $1,979 for their commitment to furthering social justice work in their careers and/or education. The Colonnade at Revolution Mill is located at 900 Revolution Mill Drive. Due to limited seating, registration is required and will be doled out on a first-come, first-served basis. Register by sending an email to Jody Stanley. The event will also be streamed live right here on Greensboro Television Network and the City of Greensboro's YouTube channel. Straight ahead on the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO shout-out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout-out. This week's shout-out goes to the City of Greensboro. For the 5th consecutive year, Greensboro is ranked in the top 30 of WalletHub's Best Run Cities in America report. Coming in at 27, Greensboro ranks particularly high in total budget per capita, quality of services, financial stability, and education. Greensboro is one of 3 North Carolina cities in the top 30, along with Durham and Raleigh. To determine the effectiveness of local leadership, WalletHub compared 150 of the largest U.S. cities based on their operating efficiency. For each city, WalletHub constructed a Quality of City Services score comprising 37 key performance indicators grouped into 6 service categories that was then measured against the city's total per capita budget. Way to go, Greensboro. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings, which airs on 90.1 FM and 100.7 FM. Be sure to download our weekly podcast, Talk City Greensboro, and now GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.